A moment of silence befalls the Tedvillians as they have earned passage from their deadly game of pinball. Back in the endless darkness, they have received but a glimpse of their next challenge. A track populated by aggressive drivers and dangerous pitfalls. I'm Q, and this is Wasteland Pirate Radio, WPR, bringing you the uncut airwaves from the blasted wastelands.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Dungeons, Drive-Ins, and Dice Arcade Apocalypse. This season, utilizing the Powered by the Apocalypse system to tell the stories of the citizens of Tedville and their quest to return the good wets to its good peoples. I'm M. This season, I'm the Master of Ceremonies. That never rolls off the tongue well. Someone made a joke today. Oh my god, we were in a meeting. What did she call it? She called it the Cuck Master, and I thought it was incredible. I just don't like saying it.
I've heard that comparison recently as well, and I'm not a fan of it.
I sent the Dungeons, Drive-Ins, and Dice account on Instagram a reel about the cuck channel and with the eyeball emojis.
Yes.
I have yet to get a reply, but I did send it.
Oh shit! Maybe one day they'll reply to us. Yeah, I don't know who runs that anymore. I'm M, like I said, I'm running the game. Today's our question before we dive in is, what is game night to you? We've been talking about all these different arcade games and like nostalgic mall times, and now we're talking about game nights. And I think if I'm loosely invited to a game night and I'm not given a moment to ask questions, I might call in sick that day to the game night, because that's so terrifying to not know anything about what I'm walking into. I could just be sick that day. But if I'm not sick that day, I am a coward. My first thought is probably like, oh, what's easiest? A Jackbox Games. I like a good Jackbox Games night, and way more people know about Jackbox Games and play Jackbox Games than I expect to, and that's kind of surprising to me every time. I would prefer my game nights to almost all be D&D, but that doesn't really work for every single person in our friend group, so can't always be D&D, but I just love D&D, so that's game night for me, baby.
Hey, I'm Theodore, and I play Dill. Yellow, stretchy, bad to look at guy. Not really an arcade games person is Dill, but I like a game night. If I'm invited to Mystery Game Night, I hope that it's going to be... I like board games and cards. I think I'm like old school classic kind of. I want to play really any card game but poker. Or a selection of board games or other party games. That's sort of what I would like to play. Jackbox, I think, is the technological evolution of some of those games. Catchphrase was fun back in the day.
What's like the titular board game you expect?
It could go one of two ways. It could sort of be like a simple table game like Bananagrams or something. Or it could be like Betrayal. I've definitely been invited to a game night that wound up being like 4 hours of board game. And that was great.
Hello, my name is Lawrence, and I play the Deluca's Chophouse answering machine. Now, when I think about getting invited to a game night, you guys are talking about, in an ideal situation, I might mystery game night, blah, blah, blah. But here's how I feel. If I'm invited to a game night, I expect that we get through one long form game or several short form games. If it's game night, we're gaming. I want to hang out with you too, but you said it was game night. So let's get these games going.
Different short form games or several rounds of the same? Is it 2 games or is it 5 games?
I would say there are many short form games nowadays that have more replayability. But I mean, even if you're just playing pretty standard board game like Sorry or something like that, you can get through several rounds of Sorry pretty quick.
That is true. Most of those Sorry, Monopoly level of board games have been banned from most of my family game nights.
Too intense, huh?
My brother.
Oh, sorry.
My brother is hyper competitive. I mean, sorry might be our answer to the games that have been banned, like Monopoly. No Monopoly in our house.
I'm here to win, but I'm not going to be aggressive about it. I'm just going to be calculating.
My brother knows the rules front to back and will tell you when you've done wrong.
I'm just going to be over here trying to find loopholes.
And I am Michael, and I play Spicket, the water bearer. And for me, game nights for a long time, our standing go-to game was a card game called Dominion. But I'm also a big fan of Carcassonne, but Carcassonne is not a small time investment. You better have 3 to 4 hours if you're going to play Carcassonne. So,
What is Carcassonne?
Carcassonne is a strategy board game with meeples about building your empire, your buildings, your fields, all kinds of things. It's based on a small French town that got wiped out and rebuilt every time the next set of troops came through.
What's a meeple?
I was mostly stuck up on the word meeple.
Meeples are the little wooden people figures.
Oh, okay.
We have a big event in Kansas City called Meeple-a-thon, and now I understand.
Yes.
Lawrence the whole time has just been like, why am I here? What the fuck is happening?
I mean, it's a board game convention,
It's
and I
my
was excited to go
vibe,
for it, but now I understand why it's called that. Great.
How do you spell Carcassonne?
Carcassonne, I believe.
Dang, Carcassonne.
I didn't realize there was going to be a quiz tonight. I was not prepared.
C-A-R-C? Oh.
Oh.
The fear.
You can also play online if you don't have other players. You could play online with others virtually.
Oh, I bet we could find it on virtual. Tabletop, 100%. Tabletop simulator.
Yeah.
And my name is Grace, and I play Petal, who is no one. And I grew up going to game nights, and didn't want to hang out with because everyone else, all other families had boys. I was the only girl, and so they would go downstairs and play like Smash Brothers or watch YouTube videos or be boys. And so I always would sit at the table with the adults and just watch them play cards because I was not old enough yet. And then eventually I would try and play and not be good. But when I got into high school, we played mostly card games, but would usually warm up with catchphrase, like Gabe said.
Like, are you like deck of card games? Like, what's your card games of choice?
Yeah, growing up, my family played a lot of 8 and back, which is long and terrible.
What? Wait, you don't like 8 and back?
No, I do I like 8 and back, but
Long and terrible.
I just don't like who I become when I play 8 and back.
but as the youngest always playing, I was always the worst because I'm figuring it out was so hard. Everyone else would play 8 and back, and I would play like 3 and back because I was like 9 and still figuring out what to bid and everything.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Aiden back.
I think you were still middle of the pack. You were still better than some of
But then once I hit high school, and I was, actually getting really good at card games, we played this game called Hodgepodge. This card game, it's 5 rounds, and every round is a different rule, and the final round is all the rules at the same time. And there's like point systems and stuff, and it's always a lot of fun. And it's really fun with the big group because you can do 2 decks, and then that's even more fun. But I play a lot of board games growing up, mostly card games. We were really, besides Risk.
No, we played
Risk was the one
a
board
lot
game.
of Risk.
We used to do a big card game, and I don't remember the name of the game, but whoever won the hand would get to make up a rule for the next time we played.
Now.
And so by the time you end, you have like 52 rules you're trying to remember. Like,
Yeah.
well, when I play a 6, I have to jump up and down or take the little guy off my beer before I drink him or whatever that is. Like, just like little rules that are stacked. And so by the end, you're like all fucked up on rules and maybe alcohol.
We had a game called like that, and we called it Mao, because you were the dictator.
Oh, that's what you said. Yes, Mao. Yeah, 100% that is the game. Yeah. Fuck yeah, okay. And then on this episode, we also have a special guest, a very special guest. We're going to welcome in Jonathan to our little group. He'll be playing a guest. He'll be playing I almost called him an NPC again, but he can't be that.
No, I'm an NPC. It's fine.
Well, he may be one, but his character is now a PC.
In life and art.
In life and art.
Hi, my name's Jonathan. I'll be playing will be introduced soon, I hope.
Be a wild session if we just didn't quite get to
Right.
the kid this time around.
Just sit here quietly. I grew up playing lots of games. I've played tabletop games for many years now. But growing up, I guess my game night with my family was always Monopoly. We'd all wear ridiculous hats. Inevitably get into fights. Tables got flipped. It was pretty heated. And Monopoly's probably awful to play with. Children especially. Children are evil. But we did our best.
How ridiculous are we talking for these hats?
I had a sailor hat
Okay.
that I would wear for a while, like a weird white captain's hat with a little black brim. My mom would have these ridiculous like a winter hat, but it had like a big pom-pom and long frilly spindle things.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Theodore has a satchel of hats that whenever we're doing something goofy, he brings
Whenever
out the
you
hat
need
bag.
a weird hat, I have this box in my closet, Gabe.
We had a bunch of weird hats. My brother had a top hat with a feather in it at one point he was wearing, which was too big for him. But it was great. Yeah.
That's how you know it's fancy if it's just slightly too big.
Oversized hat is
Yeah.
huge. Oversized hat is huge.
And then Super Smash Bros. As a teenager for sure. Video games and D&D now mostly. It's
D&D
what I
now
wanna play.
mostly. Even when I'm playing other games, I'm thinking about the next time I might be playing D&D. Okay. Introductions out of the way. Let's get caught up on what happened last time. I was thinking all day, kind of pressuring myself, why aren't you listening to the episode? Why aren't you listening to the episode? But that's because I know what happened. And that is that you guys played pinball on a pinball board. You wiped out a few of the crew members and you made some points in doing so. I have said that the points are esoteric and I have given you guys set numbers of points. If anyone has kept up with those, please let me know. But the idea is your points are going up for doing things now.
Yeah, I've got 13 billion now.
Oh, right.
Is that right?
Well, it can't be that. That's a high score. That's a new high
It's close
score.
to that, though, right?
You can't have more points than boobies.
I think, right.
Yeah,
I think I have you.
the most.
Well, you have a different number now.
Yeah, I have more than boobies.
You have
Boobies
8009135. You got 1,000 points.
Has Petal always had that on her face?
She does in the PNG. If you zoom in very close, which you can't really do, the numbers down the side of her face read 8008135.
See, and the ironic thing is, the art designer also kept on giving me boobies, even though my female character is ambiguous. I like this, so they forgot the boobies on my face, but gave me boobies on my chest.
But made some points, we beat some guys, and we have opened the first door to escape the pinball board towards the racetracks and ran up and off the pinball board away from the pinball. During that, we have beat the system in a fun way, caught the ball and stopped it and drug it around and used it to hit the things we needed it to hit, which was a good idea. So you caught the ball and you opened the door, leaving the pinball board behind you and entering into the tracks. You have seen up ahead down a long dirt road in between some trees, right? The whole environment has sort of shifted as we've walked up this path that has been opened, and you can see a racetrack down there with cars whipping around doing some practice. I don't even know if we would call it practice races. They're just racing each other on this racetrack. You can see little patches of maybe oil slicks on certain corners or obstacles they are avoiding. You see explosions and can kind of hear gunfire from coming down there. But before we got to really get down there and into it, our vision has gone black and some words in neon have sort of popped up that said, "Choose your racer," or something along those lines. And we're going to build our race car. And even before we do that, we have to do a Petal vision roll to actually get started.
To have a vision of what the best cars could be. What is the number one winning car? And we'll make her car look like that. Quick.
4 plus 6. And what is my plus for vision? Check.
2, I think.
That would be a 12.
12. I think on your visions, a 12 is a hold 1, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, is it cool? If it's cool, it's not 12. Is it cool or weird?
Oh, it is cool. It's cool for sure.
Oh, it's cool, then it's 10.
Visions 10 plus hold 1. That puts me at 2 now, I believe. And I am going to, I think, spend them now here at the start of the session. No, I've made them all off of something visual, and we're in like a black space, so I can't like muddy black vision into something. I'm gonna hold on to that, and I can do it at a moment of transition. But we are here in this black space, and a podium rises out of the blackness in front of you guys with a little joystick on the top of it, and at the base of that podium is a small wrapped. I mean, it's a present. It's basically it's a present for sure. Medium-sized box, gold wrapping paper, and a red bow wrapped nicely on it. It's at the bottom of that podium, but there's a podium and a joystick, and you guys are just kind of standing in this black space.
Press 1, 2, and he doesn't even finish. He just walks right up to the joystick. D-ham straight up grips.
You click it once just to like feel out its movement, and the vision of a car kind of materializes in front of you. A long chassis low to the ground. It looks like it may be pretty bulky here, and it sits there for a second, and you click again, and that shifts vaguely into like a dune buggy size body, right? Where just it looks like you're starting to click through bodies. You click a third time, and a car appears, but then almost just glitches out. It like begins to glitch. The half of it jumps forward and half of it jumps back, and then it's like glitching into itself.
Okay.
And then an error message pops up, just the word bright red error.
Okay. I'm gonna make a roll here. I'm gonna use a Things Speak move, which is my Savvy Head move. So I'm gonna roll 2d6. That's gonna be 5, 6, 7, plus 2 is 9, which I believe means I get to ask 1, what's wrong with this and how might I fix it? Because I want to have good car.
You want to have a good car? Yeah, 100%, 100%.
If I get to pick good car, can I have good car? I want to fix.
Yeah, 100%. What's wrong with this is that it is trying to load information that is not set up for the player using it. It's just, you don't have this in your save file. You haven't unlocked these cars yet. How would you use these cars?
I know somebody who has a save file.
But you have unlocked some cars. And you're like moving the joystick back and forth, just like, you know, trying to figure out what's wrong with it, right? Trying to click to other cars, you get a couple errors. And then all of a sudden a car comes into vision that is not errored out. And it's a very familiar car to us. We have a rust yellow and kind of stained, pretty large and bulky. Atop it, you see, I guess, a old tinny speaker, and on the side, plastered off, holding his guns and shooting them into the air, is Dickle the Pickle. And you're on the selection of the Dickle Mobile.
Is that the only one? Like, if we keep clicking, is that the only one?
No, it isn't actually.
We should be thorough.
You're right. You're 100% right. Petal comes up, is like, let me try, and she clicks it over.
Petal, I need you to grab this joystick.
All right. Goddamn.
I don't want to use that car.
The second one that comes up is a larger version of another car we are familiar with. It looks like a very big two-seater. You imagine you could fit more than 2 people in this car. It looks like the front half of a car, but quite a bit larger than we were used to before. And while it looks like it may be a little cramped, you also have the availability to select the D cab.
Do not press that one.
Don't do that one. That's my car.
I do not want to see your hands disconnected.
Oh, that would be a nightmare. Someone else tries to drive your car and it just takes them apart.
Are there any other ones?
No. Those are the 2 options that we have for our chassis to pick between, or our vehicles to pick between.
Well,
unfortunately, press 1 for Dickle the Pickle.
Both of which have stats that we can look over. I think Lawrence and I talked about his car's stats. I think. Did we go through that, Lawrence?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
But it is not going to come up. I out of character moment. Don't do it. We won't fit. It'll be so bad. Nothing's tied down in there.
Dilgo is a pretty large vehicle. You got speed +1 here, handling 0, armor 1 or 2 from the front because of the cage that you guys put on the cattle guard. And we have a massive of 3, which is slightly on the large side. A food truck-sized food truck.
And then can you tell us the stats of the other vehicle?
Of your vehicle?
Oh, there's only the 2 options? I thought there was a third one.
Nope.
No, just those 2 options.
Uh-oh.
I already tried.
Yeah, Petal came back and tried to find through too, but unfortunately.
We must select the Dickle Mobile. He's Dickle. He is here.
Art imitates life.
Yeah, all
There's a little
right.
button there on the podium too. It looks like to select.
I'm not jazzed about it either.
Can we go back to Ham's vehicle stats?
I have them in a DM, I think. I don't think I've implemented them.
Massive 1, handling 2, armor 1.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, massive 1, handling 2, armor 1. So yeah,
Seats 0.
it'll be a bit cramped. I would say the selection in front of you does look increased in size for sure. It's not like it's not the vehicle you left,
It's just my vehicle, but scaled up.
but scaled up for enough players to fit in.
I changed my mind. Press 2, press 2, press 2.
It's you and Petal seemingly on the joystick.
Oh, no. I don't want that much power.
You let go? If Petal lets go, I'm pressing 2 100%. A scaled up version of my car sounds hilarious.
Then, well, I don't want to go in there. Okay, then hold on.
I'm standing next to you, not lunging, not going for the handle. I'm waiting patiently, but I am saying, press 2, press 2, press 2, press 2.
I press 1.
Aww.
Petal switches it back to the Dilgo and slaps that button, and a green "You've selected the Dilgo" pops up, and then the image in front of you just sort of phases out, and the podium begins to sink into the ground, leaving behind this gold present with some red ribbon sort of wrapped around itself. It looks very nicely wrapped.
We should take that.
Is there a...
I think it's for you, Petal.
What is that roll that we made up?
Examine closely.
Examine closely.
Yeah, I want to examine closely.
When you spend it uninterrupted, closely examining an object or location, roll plus sharp.
Ooh, okay, that's a 7 plus 2, 9.
On a 7 to 9, choose one, and the GM will choose one. So you pick. You can either notice something hidden, you understand exactly what's here, or you complete the scan and a snap. Fortunately, that is all we have for now.
Make sure you mark EXP for rolling sharp.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okie dokie. I understand exactly what's here. What's in there?
There's like a little handwritten, like a to from note that just says for Petal on it. It's a handwritten note for Petal, and there's like a little drawing, like a little hand, sketch of a flower, like a flower with some like 5 big petals on it.
Not really sure what that tells me.
I think the understand exactly what's here is that it is a present for you.
I'm scared. Okay, fine. I'm scared to open it. Alright, well then I guess I'm opening it.
Inside there is a number of objects, on top of which sits a very hastily scrawled, very short note that just says, "Welcome back, we missed you." And then there's a little heart after that. And underneath of that are rolls of bandages. Theodore has narco stabs in his, like, as a weapon that's like a paralyzer, but there's probably like a heal shot version of that. Some like red liquid in a syringe. It's like a care package. It's like a care package to heal up some wounds and give you guys a couple bottles of water in there, right? Like a little break. And in total, there is enough in here for your team to heal up 8 hit points. So you guys can dole them out however you want. But there is enough gear in here to heal up 8 hit points for people. Because I know you guys got bashed around in the last session. I think I almost killed all of you, maybe, except for Petal.
I didn't really mark anything. Is that because I didn't take any harm or because I'm a bad player? I don't know.
I think it's possible you didn't take too much harm. I know that Spicket...
I am 2 away from death currently.
Yeah, Spicket and D-Ham took some hits.
Oh yeah, because Dill and I hit up high.
I do not value my life because I am not mortal. I have a backup file.
Yeah.
That feels like a cheat code.
Dill put Petal up high and then came back down and got hit by the ball a bit, but he's the T1000 of the group, so back at modestly bruised.
And I am at 2 harm right now.
Dill's at 2, Spigot's at 2,
So
and
sounds like-
Lawrence, how many harm are you at? You said you're 2 away. Is that put you at 4 harm?
I'm at 11 o'clock.
Damn.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, life is almost unsustainable. D-Ham is like breaking down in here. Sparks and
stick a needle with red liquid into D-Ham. Is that?
Well, one of the things that's also in the care package is like a drill and a bunch of bolts.
Okay.
That's usually what happens whenever I get hurt. My bolts pop out.
And this person knew that.
I mean, that's how all robots work.
That's fair.
You everyone who lives in this world knows that.
That's 3, 6, 9, 10. So you've taken 4 hits, Lawrence, or four harm total? Or 5
I
harm
have
total?
taken 5 hits total.
Okay. So you guys have 8. Mike has 2. Dill has 2. D-Ham
have
has
0.
5.
So let's give the bolts.
Press 1 for me to be boltless. Press 2 to let me use the healing item that only I can use. Press
That's
3
fair.
to get out of the car and walk.
At this point, about half the heal has been designated to specific robot.
Is he broken enough that he can't fix himself?
I can fix myself.
All right, then.
I fix myself. I'm gonna take 2 for now.
There are 6 more
6
points.
total.
There's enough for everyone to get 2, which will fully heal everyone except D-Ham.
I would love to if they're available.
Do we just start chugging potions? We're like, oh fuck. Oh boy.
I just stand there watching, because,
All right, I will take 2, and that puts me back at no harm for the moment.
There's probably some like hydrogen peroxide you could chug in there if you want.
No, I'm not. Dill's not looking for poison. Is the joystick still there? Is it just one joystick choice for the team?
It was just one joystick choice. After the selection was made, the podium sunk into the ground.
Okay.
Are you going to take any heals? There's still now 4 available.
Is it poison?
Yeah, it can be a bottle of hydrogen peroxide. You can, instead of dabbing on your wounds, just drink.
Dill goes snuffling in there like some kind of basset hound. Stretches his nose all big and snorks his way through the pile of goodies, and comes up with a couple vials of mercury or something.
he breaks the thermometer.
Mm-hmm.
Down the hatch, just
There was a thermometer to check your temperature, and he just snapped it and drank it. Sucked it out like bone marrow.
Good thing we're in the desert.
Yeah, well, I guess. You're in something right now.
We're somewhere.
I never want to see that again, though I fear I will.
Yeah, and that'll give D-Ham 2 extra points. That is the contents of this box. Save the note that you can't use to heal, but is a handwritten note towards Petal. Great to have you back. Welcome back. Something like that. Good to see you again.
We missed you.
We missed you. Heart. And the blackness around you starts to fade away. A roaring crowd seeps into the silence around you, and in the blink of an eye, the 4 of you, the 4 of you find yourselves standing on a dirt racetrack. On either side of you, there are 2 crowds of folks, like 8 tiers high in these stadium-style seating, and they are just uproarious, cheering and hooping and hollering. It reminds you guys of the crowd in the around the pinball game. Literally, you might be able to spot some similar faces up there. Just people hooping and hollering and enjoying the show as racers pull up one by one and like get out and start like waving at the crowd. We hear, I think, a voice cut over. I think that there is it's like an automated almost voice that's coming on as the drivers pull up, and it's like, burned rubber, and the crowd goes wild. And then another one comes up and it says I don't know, needles on wheels, and this big spiky car rolls up and the lady steps out and she's waving to the crowd and everyone's crazy. But that's just like this automated narrator announcing the racers as they pull up.
wait, we're not Meals on Wheels?
So that was maybe I call them needles on wheels. Spiky car. You might be Meals on Wheels. We can even cut back for a brief moment. What you guys, before the joystick went down, you got to name your racer. Do we name it the Dill Go?
It's got to be the Dill Go.
The very cool best car.
The very cool best car. Oh, that's really funny, actually.
The winner. The
He
very
takes
best.
out, he like deletes out Dilgo, the winner best very good car. You get to the end and you can only put the winner best, very good. You have to delete it all, like take out the right letters. As the thing comes out, the automated announcer says the very best car on the track or whatever. Man, that's gonna change every time. And yeah, I think for the most cars, there's one racer, but you guys have a team of 4, and so they do announce. I think they announce. I like our order because that lines everything up wonderfully. They say Dill as he. Do you guys step out of the car as you guys are announced? Or no, you're spawned. You kind of spawned next to the car, so they say it's Dill, Deluca's Chophouse answering machine. And the crowd is going
They throw
wild.
a knife into the air.
And then it hits the ground. And Spicket.
Spigot will wave to the crowd.
And then they announce Petal's name. And the crowd, there's a wild hush, actually, that kind of falls over the crowd. And there seems to be murmurs amongst them as Petal's name is announced.
I don't say anything. I just look around because I don't know what's going on either.
Mm-hmm.
Well. Welcome to today's race, everybody. Looks like we have a special guest. Been a while since we've seen you here, Petal. Who are these new... Looks like you have a new crew. All these weird tall people.
The crowd is jeering and cheering at the tall people around you.
As usual, folks, we will have a great race today. Plenty of entertainment. And who wants to see Petal crash?
The crowd goes absolutely apeshit over that. They all want to see Petal crash, apparently.
Yes. Well, damn.
Is this an important person?
This is a person that you guys can't see. This is an announcement sort of coming from... There's like a loudspeaker on top of a glassed tower.
Back to nothing. Dill sits in the back of
Dill looks around angrily, squints his eyes, and sits down.
We'll be putting our newcomers to the test, and as always, I'll be here, Racer the Kid, to commentate on today's races. And with today's special guests arriving, we might even get a little sneak peek of a little racetrack in the sky later on.
Ooh, and the crowd is lots of oohs and ahs.
If racers will get ready, pull up, we're getting ready to start, and the countdown will begin soon.
All the drivers start getting back into their car, and you hear the clicks and clacks of their engines starting up, the revving of engines, the hammering of the pistons, and you guys hear a lot of those like engine, flares and pops as you're climbing into the Dilgo.
I want to say for a fact that the Dilgo does not have one of these engines.
No, it does not. It stutters and pops in a different way when turned on.
D-Ham turns to Spicket and he says, "Do you think the racetrack in the sky is heaven?"
I also had that
No, I'm afraid, Spigot.
thought. We
It's
are
not.
gonna die.
DM, sorry.
Do you think I will go to heaven?
I think we'll be lucky to survive, is what's gonna happen.
The cars around you guys seem outfitted for battle on the road. I only describe Needles on Wheels because after I said that I had to say why the fuck she would be called that, and that is all the spikes on her car, spikes armor. There's cars with like mounted machine guns on them, battering rams, and tanks of something hanging off the back. Like all these seem outfitted in different ways to like really battle on the road.
DM looks underneath the cabinets, underneath in the kitchen section of the Dilgo, and I'm gonna look for some bottles of oil, and I'm gonna rev up those fryers.
Yep. Yeah, you start. You guys hear glug 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 from the back as the fryers are being filled up and turned on.
Did Dill climb into the driver's seat, or is he just in the back expecting someone else to drive?
Yeah, the other thought that I had was that Dill was, when we were ported in, because like I don't think we ever got like a reveal on the Dilgo. We just like appeared on this racetrack.
Yeah.
When we were ported in, Dill was just like in the driver's seat. And it's just like,
Buckled in.
all right.
Problematic because he can't drive.
Yeah.
I might interject that perhaps in the same way that Ham's car was sized up so other people might be able to drive it, the Dilgo might have been changed so that someone else could drive it.
Yeah.
Are you able to, you can make your body bigger, but can you make your body smaller?
The problem is, well, that was actually the other thought, was that if we were going to pick individual cars, I do actually think that I could break myself in such a way that I could fit into and drive.
That is macabre.
Yeah, it's horrible, but it would be wall-to-wall blob inside.
The decap like opens up and he just slushes out.
It'd be like a car spark.
Oh my gosh.
Just a pair of eyeballs up on the windshield because you can't see the rest of me driving the car back under there.
One moment, I need to delete that.
Yeah. I will say in here we still have the 3 buttons, one of which turns off the music, one of which...
All I want is that it required an intelligence check for me to try and drive this car before... And it required an intelligence check for anyone to drive this car.
The pedals are still in the same place. So if you has driven it, he at least understands the mechanics of driving the car. The car, though, still hasn't been driven as hard as it can because we haven't broken down these pedals yet.
The only one who can drive it not allowed inside of the... I mean, if an intelligence check is what it takes, I've got dice, I'll roll an intelligence check, and if I fail... Dill is gonna bail out of this.
I like an intelligence. What is that? A sharp?
Yeah. Dice.
Why do I only have 1? Well, there's 1.
It's okay. I rolled the same number twice, and that number was 3. So that is a cumulative 5. Dill vacates the seat, takes an experience, and levels sitting in the back.
Oh my god.
He gains some knowledge, but he's gonna have to parse that real quick. Yeah. Petal, this racetrack is feeling very familiar to you. This is feeling like a world you have been in. Something is like you have been in this environment before. The cheering crowd, the roar of the engines, it is like, it feels familiar. But Dill has stepped out of the driver's seat.
I'm guessing Spicket has driven the Dilgo before, so he would jump into the driver's seat.
Chef, I am busy on fries. I need you to drive.
You look back and D-Ham has like his little chef's like paper hat on.
It's bolted to my forehead.
With one of those bolts, yeah. You use the last bolt to put it on. Chef D-Ham. Okay, Petal, do you jump in the front seat with Spigot, or do you jump in the back with the fryer and...
Several gallons of hot oil.
Several gallons of hot oil.
Yeah, I think if...
I mean, when you spin it like that...
Weirdly enough, I think if the passenger seat is like empty, I'm going to hop on it and be a passenger princess.
The 2 semi-immortal characters in the back with the hot oil.
Yeah.
And Spigot gets in and turns on the engine. I'm Dickle, and I'm here, blasting above some of the roaring engines. Quickly button pressed to I'm Dickle here. Fade out. All the drivers seem to be in place and ready to go.
Hey, Spigot, real quick. You've got the highest history. Should I try and shore up a weakness or maximize a strength?
Ooh, man. I would say maximize a strength, maybe?
Yeah, you don't really have a lot of weakness.
My intelligence would be a fairly
as a stat. Okay, as a stat.
Oh, well, that is true. But would Dill think to get smarter? Or would Dill think I could be stronger?
He would take a look in the mirror.
Dill is going to do neither of those
Self-reflect.
things.
Neither of those.
Dill's going to do neither of those things, but he is going to maximize his strength. Dill has one other strength that isn't his hard stat. And I think that's what we're gonna wind up doing next time.
Nice.
Okay. The drivers in their vehicles, engines revving, I'm Dickle and I'm here, stopped. The crowd on the edge of their seats, ready for this race to begin.
It's like the start of our cool racetrack arc. Can like one person in the crowd also start chanting, I'm Dickle and I'm here?
I absolutely, I'm Dickle and I'm here. It actually goes times, and by the third time, one person's like, I'm Dickle and I'm
Yeah, no, the
here.
fourth
Looks
time
around.
one gets abandoned.
But there is one person who is like really into, I guess, your pinball play, who's here for a follow-up. They're following you.
No
in
one
the crowd.
notices, but the camera notices.
Mhm.
All of you listening, you noticed. You saw that.
Okay, why don't you lead us into this race here, announcer?
There's like you start hearing like a dinging come down on the tower. There's everyone can see some lights. Starts counting down, and races will be off in 3, 2, and as it gets down to 1, you see like a little like cannon spout come out of the tower, and all of a sudden, and you could see it briefly as it flies through the air, but it looks like a pinball almost. But the flies out of the cannon. It's gonna land right in front of the starting line on the dirt road, particularly right in front of where the Dilgo is about to kick off, like kind of like in line, and also just kicks up a bunch of dust immediately for the start of the race. So that's kind of your go in the shotgun, is the kid shooting directly at the track to create a big dust cloud to start off the race.
Yeah, the engines kick into life. The Dilgo having an obstacle thrust in front of it from the gate as the cars start to rip off. The first thing right in your way as it is colliding with the track and creating this giant cloud of dust to whip through is a big pinball, which I don't think is going to take a roll to pull you guys out of because we haven't started yet, but what it will do in order to like course correct to move around it, you can't just like crash that gas pedal right away. You gotta like turn off and away from the pinball, effectively putting yourselves near the back of the pack. There are a couple cars that were started behind you in the lineup. You know, you guys we can put it in like 10th place of 12 as these last
Literally
two cars
every
are like riding
Mario
with you.
Kart time. That's me every time I play Mario Kart.
It's the
I
spin
try.
out, yeah.
I'm like, I can totally do the cheat thing this time. I can time it. I've been playing this game since I was 11, and then every single time, no, I can't. I can't time it, and I spin out. It's embarrassing.
And this time, it has happened the same, but we've ripped off. Way ahead of you, you can see some racers in like first or second ripping off down the track about, I'm so bad at distance, so when I say about half a mile in front of you, it's gonna make this track massive, maybe, or small. See, I don't know. They're ahead of you, about half of the length of this straightaway, we'll say. You've got 2 vehicles flanking up on either side of you. One, we'll say to the back right, is a chonker of a vehicle. Big, imagine like a bank truck, you know? They're like, you can tell that's a secured, armored vehicle. Big and chunky. The other is one of those single-wheeled, like, the wheel goes around the pod that the driver is in, trying to drive it, right? These 2 are gaining on you, and we'll say the place in front of you is quite a bit away. What is our first action that we are gonna take in this race from either drivers or folks in the car?
Not to, get too crazy too quick. I think D-Ham is gonna crack the back door of the Dilgo. What are we looking at directly behind us? The vehicle that's the closest behind us here. Windshield? ?
Are you gonna dump the oil out the back door of the Dilgo?
No, I'm not gonna dump the oil yet. Come on.
But out the back of the Dilgo, is that the play?
I mean, maybe. I don't think the time has come for the oil yet.
You crack the door to check. These 2 cars are like swerving in and out behind you. They bump each other. They push each other to the side. They are keeping pace, and they are just right behind you, lightly closing in. I think that Spicket, I'd like you to give me just, what is it? Almost all these drive checks, Gabe pointed out, are based on cool.
Maneuvers are speed based too, right? It's cool plus your speed, vehicle speed.
So it is always roll plus cool and then modified by an additional vehicle stat.
Okay, so that roll is an 8 plus 2 for cool is a 10.
Okay, and what is your initial goal out of the gate? Is it to pick up ground? Is it to get these 2 people out from behind you, like further away from you?
Well, because I don't know that I can see them behind me. I know that DM can see them.
I mean, I imagine you have some rear view mirrors.
Side view mirrors.
Yeah, okay. Then my goal would be to keep the Dilgo in front of them so that we can maneuver and make sure that they have to kind of follow our lead. So I want to contain them behind us as we're moving down the track. So that's first play, is to be that annoying driver that won't quite get out of the way.
Ugh.
Annoying 10th place
I think
driver.
I'm going to add your
That's right.
mastiff to this, actually. Because this feels like you're trying to keep them behind you.
Yeah.
You're already keeping speed with them. On our massive stat is 3. I think massive might just be for help here. But you already got a 10 anyway. We're good. And you guys have no negative, so you're going to be able to keep that pace easily. As they swerve and bump each other, they start to like gain pace, but you're keeping them in your rear view mirrors and just keeping them right behind you. You can hear that door open up in the back of the van, and you like look back in that, your main rear view mirror in the car, and you can see back to see D-Ham like open it up and scoping out behind him. D-Ham, you see those two cars like kind of bumping each other, ramming each other.
Looks like Petal found a competent driver for her team finally. As our racers are speeding ahead, we have a fun little fight in the back end here, but it looks like our racers are in first place. They're starting to come up to our first obstacle. You'll see some of the racers start to kind of like go around either way, kind of avoiding a center, and as you come up you see a little divot. It's just like a standard, like, looks like a quicksand little trap thing there, since you're still in the desert area. All the drivers are kind of taking it around like those desert plains Mario Kart tracks.
Yeah. We'll say that even the two cars in front of you, like up a little bit, you're gonna have to pull up some pace to catch up, but they are combating one another and trying to shove each other off the road, and they're like fighting for one of these little lanes of safety in between this quicksand trap and the edge, and one is able to shove the other in, and they are wicked slowed down as they're trying to just pull up and out of this quicksand onto either side, but their handling is being fucked with in the sand. They're losing speed. They're just trying to get out of it, and then that person is just wicked outpaced by the person who shoved them in. Let's see. Right as you guys approach this quicksand trap to begin pulling off to one side or another as you're looping up through this first moment, you see a line of like prismatic glowing boxes kind of spinning slowly in place above the road. Those two cars fighting as they pass through. One shatters it, and it just kind of like shatters and dissipates upward. Nothing else really occurs after that moment, but you guys pass through. Spigot, would you attempt to avoid or hit one?
I'm more concerned about missing the quicksand. I think the Dilgo, we could afford to hit one.
Give me another cool roll, but let's add handling to this one.
Okay.
0.
Handling is 0. Well then, yeah, cool rolled.
That's 5 plus 2 for a grand total of 7.
Okay, I think the choice here is with the angle you're trying to avoid and like get into a lane, and then these boxes, like as they spin, they're kind of hard to see at certain angles. They're much easier, and maybe you just didn't notice them until you were like right up on them. Swerve the Dilgo to hit one, but it's going to be lining you up with that sand trap, and you'll have to be dealing with the sand trap if you would smash a box on the way through.
I'm not that giddy to hit a box. I would rather stay out of the sand.
That single-wheeled vehicle rolls up behind and smashes the box, hitting the edge of the sand trap and losing a bit of speed, but pulling off like to the, we'll say that you guys are on the left lane and they've pulled off into the right lane on the right side of the pit trap. The bank truck, though, right hard on your tail. Spigot's keeping pace. What does our team do about this bank truck in closing?
They got a windshield on that thing?
Yeah, they do. Big blacked out windshield.
Do I have anything heavy back here that I could throw out the back of the... Not oil, not a bunch of oil.
If I recall, we said that this thing was heavily stocked with canned goods. So
perfect.
You have hard cans filled with probably beans and shit to like just toss, and I think that's pretty bad on a course.
I'm gonna start throwing cans out the back, aiming at the windshield specifically.
Fucking, that's incredible. Give me the same roll you do for your knives, I think.
14.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh.
D-Ham rushes back in, the door swinging open. He grabs an armful of cans, stuffing them into his cabinet for ammunition, and then comes back and starts just hucking them out the back at the car. They're swerving in and out, trying to avoid, but with this lane being what it is, kind of tight, they're unable to properly avoid that. Several of the cans hit the windshield. You get shatters and smashes all over. You crack it and spiderweb it. It doesn't shatter through. It seems pretty reinforced, but you have like spiderweb. You can see like 3 giant crash marks from these cans that have cracked, which arguably is worse than a missing windshield, I think, is when it's like fully spiderweb cracked over.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't see anything.
The approach ends up the same. Either way, they're more disabled than they were before. I can't throw a knife at them, but...
Well, you can. Hold on. You can always throw a knife at them.
Through a windshield? I don't think so.
I think with that they have lost some speed. They lose some speed. They're swerving a little bit to the left and the right, trying to find the proper straight course where they can see through the windshield and like still move at a good angle. I think you can see a little shadow moving around trying to find the way through the cracks in their windshield to see, but they've lost a lot of speed. And you are a few car lengths ahead of them as this uniwheel behind you on the right, in the right lane, you all of a sudden see from your rear view mirror or looking out the back of the vehicle, get a kick of speed, a blast of fire comes out of the back of their vehicle, and they hit a little raised portion of the road and are able to ramp up and over the quicksand patch, landing right next to the bank truck. But their speed and the lack of handling on the bank truck equates in them slamming the bank truck and the bank truck completely losing control and like swerving, smashing into the wall, and then going into like a flipped roll before smoking, and it's behind in the dust now. Gone behind in the dust. You guys, in fact, even hear like a large siren blast from that tower that is just ever present in the center of the course as you cut through and out of the quicksand trap.
Do we get any assist points for that, or?
I get a couple hundred points each. A couple billion points each.
Petal's gonna roll down her window and have her arm hooked through like the seatbelt, but it's like buckled, so it's, you know how it unlocks and it's so fucking annoying when that happens, and it instantly like sets my rage to like internally
you have to take
like
off the seatbelt to fix it, and then when you do it again, you're so mad that you overdo it a second time, and then you're like extra. I do it every fucking time.
But this time, Mrs. Strategic, because I am doing it so I feel more secure, to lean out the window because I'm reading a situation, and I rolled a 10, more like my plus, with my pluses I have a 10. And so my first question I'm going to ask is, what should I be on the lookout for? So I'm like looking up ahead, not behind me where the bank car is, but up ahead where the other vehicles are, to see if maybe with my really good prosthetic I can like look through the grit in the sand or whatever and see what's up ahead towards Spicket about the road. That's my first cue.
As you're coming around the curve, you start you see kind of like structures kind of around the track. It looks like similar to trees or kind of like dead forests that you may have seen while traveling through the apocalypse world. And I guess from, even though it's around the curve, you can see the racers starting to like avoid, like making weird movements on the track. It looks like some of the trees and logs might be falling onto the track sporadically that the racers are now starting to avoid. They do start kind of rolling off and like off of the track, but it looks like they're almost trying, like the trees are trying to hit the cars before they kind of...
Oh, they're like actively falling as they pass.
Oh, Mario Kart.
Yeah,
Mario Kart
I
drops.
love it. I love it. Yeah, up ahead you can see all these like dead wood that is set up in like a fake dead forest, right? That you knew you would be driving through, but you can see and hear the cracks of timber, loud snapping cracks as these trees break and begin to fall onto the path in front of the racers. I think you can also with that see that coming up before you hit this next, like the deadfalls, we'll call that section. You can see more of those glowing boxes that you know you could point Spigot to.
Are those boxes what I think they are?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't see the, what's it called again? Wait, what's the name of your car?
The Dill.
The very good car.
The very good car that's gonna win. The good car that wins.
Very good car, Dilgo.
The very good best car on the track, right?
A very good car that's the best.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like our favorite our Dilgo. I can't even remember the name. It starts messing me up. The very good car, very best car.
Really very good car.
Didn't see it hit pick up any race items, but looks like they brought some items of their own to mess with some of their fellow racers on the track here. As they're coming around to Dead Falls, let's hope they have something to help them avoid these falling trees.
with that deadfall, there's probably like a loud explosion. You can see some smoke raising up from that area too. That's already been capturing some of the racers in front of you. This Uniwheel behind you has caught up. They are like right on your tail and still putting some speed on. These flames beginning to sputter. You can hear them crack and fire a few times before the flame cuts out, and they are basically, I'm gonna put them like right next to you guys as you come out of this quicksand bit. Your driving has been on par so far, and this person is just speeding up. So I think that you guys are also approaching one of these other two cars. We'll put it at the Needle on Wheels, this big spiked, all spikes sedan in front of you, and the Uniwheel that is on your side trying to create distance or make it.
Petal, you got 2 questions.
Oh yeah, Petal, you do have 2 more questions. I won't answer as much for the next 2.
Yeah, don't progress the scene with the next.
Fully progress the scene, with every question. I love it. Okay.
Let that happen.
Like 2 laps in before her questions are all answered.
So can I ask another one, like right away?
Yes, please. Yep. Don't let me do what I did just now.
Okay, got it. Sorry. My next question is, what should I be on the lookout for? Like, is there anything like hidden that might be?
Didn't you just ask
that was the only one question you asked.
That was your first question.
Oh shit! Sorry.
6, you've only asked 1. You can't ask it 3 times,
all right.
Petal.
You know what? We're good. You guys both goofed this now.
All right, that's 2 questions. What's the third? No, I'm just kidding.
You stop that.
Genie rules.
Yeah.
Genie rules. I shake a fist at the sky. My next question is, what's my enemy's true position? Like not like the cars, because I feel like that's obvious. Because I can look through the windshield and see the cars.
I do love this question though, because you're on this racetrack, but the racers are just doing what you're doing, right? Like you guys are all in this situation seemingly together, right? They're just loving it. They love this situation. You guys are fighting for your lives. I would probably say your enemy's true position is in that tower. The announcer, they shot a gun at you with they seem to be in the most control of this space.
That's true. They did shoot a Kanon.
Canonically, they got you.
That's canon.
Okay, and I have my next question ready.
Yes.
What's my best way past? I don't know. That's the question. That's it.
No, sure.
Did you ever learn the snaking technique in Mario Kart?
The what?
We just
No.
You just power glide the whole time. In and out, weave in and out of your.
You are blowing my mind. I have no idea what that means. I do know that we should be hitting the boxes, like the question mark boxes.
Yeah.
No, when you're playing Mario Kart, you can press the R button and you'll hop and do a little slide.
No.
If you do the slide around a corner long enough, you can give yourself a speed boost.
Great.
Wait. I've only ever played on the Wii, so there's no R.
You can still do it on the Wii. You just have to press the
What
button.
button is it?
R.
It's R
or L when you go to turn. You press the one you're turning, I think.
What button is R on the Wii?
Just keep pressing buttons. You'll find it.
Yeah, ZR and ZL.
Yeah. I mean, I remember doing it on the DS Mario Kart.
It's always your whatever your back fingers are on. Yeah, your triggers. Those are they're called, what is that, drifting? That's how you drift in Mario Kart. You pop into a
You're gonna have
crazy.
You're gonna have so many new things to try out in Mario Kart. This is just truck nuts all over again.
Remember in Tokyo Drift where the car just sideways up the whole parking ramp?
I've never seen Tokyo Drift.
That's what you can do in Mario Kart.
I don't know what that means.
Grace is gonna come back next week and be like, I have been playing Mario Kart for a week straight. You can drift.
So first I watched Tokyo Drift, and then
I've seen every Fast and the Furious movie, and I beat Mario Kart. Let's play. Oh, we're done with Mario Kart. Fuck. What's your way past is to we have been driving the Dilgo straight. It is a big car, but the way to make distance is to drive like a racer, right? You got all this space coming up. If there's any way we can do little ramps to get past ways we might have to turn around, right? Like drifting. If we can do what do they call it when you're drafting on someone, where you're you're driving right behind them to hold their wind resistance,
Get your slipstream speed boost.
Yeah. Also something in Mario Kart, Grace, by the way.
Yeah. No, oh my god.
Yeah.
This is I feel like I'm always at a disadvantage at whatever we're.
Grace is like, Mario Kart is the hardest game I've ever played. I've literally only got first a couple times. I don't get how when I do.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know about that one.
Yeah, so to drive, to race, that's the best way past. These guys are pulling maneuvers, and that's how they seem to be able to catch up. That guy had a little flame boost and caught up. Like, we need to utilize the track and the things in front of us. Rather than trying to run away, we need to drive in.
I gesture ahead to the little boxes that we can see through the windshield, and I tell Spicket, try to aim for those. Those have power-ups or other things that'll help us get us through this course. And you see what the others are doing? Can you do that? Can you drive like that?
Can you do that?
Can this accordion, looking pedal thing, can you make that happen?
And you guys feel a bump as the car is like bumping into you, beginning to try to run you off the road.
Oh, and we've got mass, so I would push back on the car bumping on us.
Inflict V harm.
Are they parallel to us?
Yeah.
Like, are we windshield? Can I roll a window down and gesture for D-Ham to hand me a can? And
Throw more cans out.
One. I'm gonna try and just throw one directly, because that's the driver right there, right? I'm gonna hurl it as hard as I can.
I love
Press
it.
1 for 2 liters. Press 2 for 3 liters. Press 4 for, oh gosh, that's too many liters.
What is that? What do you roll for that?
Pull for pedal.
Dang, I have no pluses. Okay. Just roll.
Oh, well.
5 plus 4. 9. Okay. I press 4 for whatever liter, the biggest option that D-Ham said, and I chuck it as hard as I can.
You press 4
Aiming.
for, oh gosh, that's too much, that's too many liters?
I don't know which one it was.
I hand you 4 pots full of boiling liquid.
Oh god.
She hefts some out the window.
Like one at a time, but it is 4 of them.
When vehicles clash with one another, they can inflict regular harm, but they can also inflict V harm. V harm, as established, is the attacking car's massive minus the defending car's handling. I like that. I'm gonna say though that they are the attacking car in this case because they started hitting up against you first.
Yeah, they started ramming us.
That puts at a significant disadvantage.
It does, but this car, I'll say, is probably, so it is just established as the car's attack massive minus the defending car's handling.
Yeah, we are just going to take
it's probably like
damage
a motorcycle.
here.
Yeah, like a 1.
Motorcycle vehicle.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just roll dice good.
When you suffer V harm, roll plus V harm. So, Mike, you're the driver, roll plus 1.
That's 9 plus 1 is 10.
On a
That's
10,
great.
you lose
That's all you have to
control
do.
and your attacker chooses 1.
Oh boy.
Never mind. I thought 10 would be good.
Or choose 2 from the list below. I'm gonna give you a spin out. You try to give it back, but that car is ready and waiting for this. They tapped you a few times knowing they couldn't drive you off the road, and as you went to give it back, they did like a brake check and pull back to pull around to your left side, right? So you went to push right, and with no force there to stop you, you go into a little bit of a spin out. You spin a couple times and slam up against the wall and have to kick it back up from 0. Now in last place. It's easy with this speed to shatter into one of those boxes on your way by, directed by Petal, as you enter into the deadfalls. Needle on Wheels now gain some speed thanks to that spin out pretty far up ahead, probably leaving the deadfalls or nearing it. This Una wheel just entering. Spicket and Petal in the front of this car as you hit that box. A 4th red button appears, and above it, a little screen that's spinning and beginning to lock into place. And while I'm figuring out what gets locked on there, what were you about to say, Jonathan?
Just to say, you could see the needle car kind of like use one of the down logs now that it's like in the road, not moving. They kind of like take it as a little ramp as it's rounded out.
Yes. Random generator. Do I just spin it? I do. No fucking way. The little screen is like rotating through a number of selections, and it starts to slow, and it hits like a little digital green rocket, and it passes down into a digital red rocket, and then it slowly clicks, and it looks like it's not about to, and then it clicks into place down a big blue rocket with like a skull on it right over this button, which is fucking ideal for you guys being in last place. The only time that I accept that can come up.
It's the blue shell.
Yeah, it lands on, and it's this big digital blue rocket with a skull on it, sitting next to your 3 other buttons that we know what they do. Turn off your music, give you a handgun, or spill the oil.
Press 6 to give the blue shell a pot of boiling water.
I'm gonna let Petal make that call because she's done this before.
DM swings his hand up to the left like he's about to do the disco dance, and then he presses 6. And he hands is it like floating nearby? Do we see it? Is it spinning around us, ready to be deployed?
Yeah, what happened?
Oh no, there's a little button right next to all our other buttons on the dash has appeared.
Okay, I press that button, and then I look outside the window, holding the pot of boiling water expectantly.
Oh, yeah. You press that button and you guys feel a mechanical, like, kerchunk on the top of your vehicle. And Petal, like, hanging out the window, looking back and up, you know, still well tied in with the seatbelt hold. You can see that... Oh, man, how do I do this? I think that... because you can't see the top of the truck, but you can see rising out of the top of the truck like there's a section in there that it was stored in all along, but there clearly isn't the room for it, is a giant pickle cannon that raises up, and then you hear a loud and you guys are kind of swerved off for a second. You still hold your control, and a massive blue rocket comes ripping out of that, and it shoots up forward, and it looks like it's about to go like at the car in front of you, the uniwheel, but it maintains its height and whips around the curve and off around the edge of the track. And as you guys enter into deadfall, you hear a loud and you look over, and kind of in the distance around the next turn, you can see like a big blue mushroom cloud off and pretty far ahead of you.
A loud mushroom cloud kakunk, and somebody way off in the distance going, "Ah, dang it!"
And you guys enter into the deadfalls. The single-wheeled car seems to be performing expertly here, able to mostly just bound up over anything that kind of falls in front of them, avoiding what things are falling around them as they do.
Did anything happen with my can that I threw?
You did throw a can. What'd you get with your can throw? I apologize.
I rolled a 9. Is a 9 anything?
Mm-hmm.
I don't have plus cool. It's the bummer.
Mm-hmm. Okay, then what I'll give you with the can, because I did totally forget about it, I'm going to take back that they're doing well here. You also cracked their windshield, so they're trying to, like, maneuver through here without... Like, they bump up against some things they shouldn't, so while they were able to create that pace with the brake check and spin around, you guys are catching up to them. They haven't outpaced you all so much, because they are contending with also a cracked windshield. In the deadfalls... We have our driver. Give me another roll here to catch what's vehicle moves. It will be overtake another vehicle, I think, here. So roll plus cool plus speed.
That is an 11 plus whatever our speed is.
An 11 plus speed. More than good enough. A few of the deadfalls, I think you're able to take over with like a little bit of a setup natural ramp. A few of them you just break right through because we actually have that cattle guard on the front for ramming.
Yeah.
You're able to shatter through some of the smaller ones and really overtake this vehicle. I think with a 12 and their cracked windshield already, with the method of just like ramming straight through these situations, in your overtaking them, like as you come up alongside and break through the final piece of deadfall, it shifts it out of the way, and I think that they're going to lose some of their control and roll off. You've outpaced them. They are lightly behind you, and we're re-catching up on Needle as we enter into the next third leg of our race.
Third leg.
What is present at the third leg of our race?
This leg of the race is full of kittens and hugs, and also we're in first place.
This one's sponsored by Purina, with kittens and hugs.
The amazing blue rocket straight out of last place. Petal. You
What the
see,
hell?
our front side races are coming into the most slippery part of our track here. Looks like our snowmen are starting to pop up and stuff. Goons, we got it?
Yeah!
you'll see it looks like the cars up ahead are starting to slow down. You notice that the road will start changing a little, as it looks a little bit like there might be some ice patches going around. And as the racers hit this patch, little men or little like snow, like I don't know if anyone's ever seen snow, but it exists here on this track, this weird track.
That's a great
What
point.
is that?
Probably
What is
not.
that?
Yeah.
What is that?
So you see all the other racers kind of slow down as there's this white powder on the road, and then little shapes kind of start popping up, and then little white balls start getting thrown around. One of the cars actually gets hit by one, and you could see Petal with your eye, just kind of how it bogs up the engine. It's kind of the car kind of slips out. All the cars are starting to slow down in this part of the race until they can kind of get a better gauge of the track.
Yeah, the front party of cars has become less distance amongst one another. Like the top 6 are all now butting up against one another, trying to slowly slick and slide their way through. And as you following up, still at I guess we're not at the end anymore. You got Uniwheel behind you, who is trying to gain their pace after the deadfalls. And ahead of you, the Needle car, Needle on wheels, that you're gaining pace on, because she's starting to slow, reaching the edge of that, having smashed through a box. And I think since you're not fighting, it's relatively easy for you to gear the car into another box, hoping for another nice giant blue rocket to help with this fight.
We should speed up recklessly. Press 4 to speed up recklessly.
Spicket was sort of thinking ramming speed would be most entertaining here.
While Dham is pressing 4, Dill has sort of situated himself right at the back by the door of the Dilgo, and he leveled up last failure, and so he put his extra new stat point into weird.
Gonna get even weirder.
He sure is gonna get even weirder. So what Dill's gonna do is he has sort of rooted his hands and fingers into the back of the Dilgo, and he is stretched up to his full height out the back door, his head and maybe shoulders out of the back of the Dilgo into the open race. All of his skin is sort of pulling away, so he looks like a big tall skeleton just stuck in the corner of this food truck. And all the skin has come up to his head to form like a radar dish. But, it sort of looks more like a weird cauliflower that's unfurling on the top of his head. And the only move I've got for weird is open your brain. But he's trying to reestablish contact with the other one here with his extra weird. Maybe try and drive the car real.
Let's see, roll plus weird.
Okay. That is a 9 + 3, 12.
In this new space, things have been moving quick since we entered into the black space, but you do feel that connection with the other one. I think now that you've tried to look for it, it kind of feels like it comes rushing back.
Yeah, this is the first time that Dill has actually actively gone and searched for it in such a way.
Mm-hmm. You no longer feel alone like you did when we entered into this dome the first time.
Well, yeah, I've got 3 sessions worth of built-up other one that I've got to roll right into, so we're immediately switching over. And so, if anyone's watching Dill, it's pretty weird because he's sort of elastics from...
What's your move about scaring people, frightening them, or dismaying your enemy or something?
Go aggro, I think.
When you go aggro, you may instead?
I don't have to seize by force if I'm being horrible with my body.
I think that roll was also good enough. I think that it's gonna dismay or frighten that car behind you. To see the door kicked open and then this just form come out and thin and skin stretch up, open up on the head. I think there's a swerve and a crash into the wall from behind you, and they're out. They're out of that. They have been frightened out of this race for sure. But the button rotating on your dash clicks into place and sets on 3 flame symbols. So on the screen there would be 3 little symbols of flame.
All right.
Dill's going to yoink back into his regular man shape.
Elastically.
Just straight from cauliflower radar dish to human shaped Dill. Spicket, are you trying to make a move?
we just hit the box, so we got that. So we're just out of the deadwood. We're coming up on the needle car. I'm gonna floor it and try and ram right through the back of the needle car.
I love it. I love it. Give me overtake another vehicle. Roll plus speed.
Don't see an option on here. Do a sick, awesome trick.
That's an 8. I don't know if I'm supposed to add anything to that or just straight
roll
8.
plus cool modified by vehicle speed. So
okay. So then that's a 10.
A 10. Okay. On a 10, you overtake and draw alongside, but that's not our goal. That wasn't our goal at all. Our goal was to ram them, and you do that.
Yes.
Catch up and just smash them. 3 harm minus their handling, which...
Maybe even plus harm. We have spikes.
Yeah, you have spikes. You're actively a ram. They also spikes. I think that those might even out in this one. You're gonna ram them. They're gonna lose a little bit of that. We're just hitting the ice, so they like really skid out and slide to the side as you cut through.
I have a notion about the ice.
Yeah, hit me.
I feel like there's an option if you've got like just the timing. We are a massive vehicle with spikes on the front, and I think if we like wrench the vehicle at like the mathematically perfect time, we could spin drift all the way around this thing and like smack cars
on the way.
Yes.
Whatever. We could hit the fire button and shoot fire out while we're spinning around.
Mm-hmm.
We opened the side of the door, like the serving window of the bus, and I'll just let the fryers go. We'll just close the door that goes back to the back kitchen.
Everyone gets in there and just hopes.
Yeah, we just gotta make sure that back door.
I mean, if we're driving on ice and there are people behind us, that will make potholes, basically.
Yeah,
Damn.
it would.
Oh man!
Damn.
Hit that button too.
Yeah,
It's oil
if you hit
time.
the button after you pass a few people spinning and destroying shit, I love it. Gabe is right, there isn't a do sick tricks move, but every vehicle move is roll plus cool, so let's start there.
Feels like a wheel wrench at the correct instant, so it could be if someone has a sharp, or if someone has a great cool score. A great cool score would also be fire here, to like turn the wheel at just the right moment, if we don't have a vehicle that makes it happen.
Yeah.
The best smart that I can put out there is +1, so I don't know actually that I am the character for that.
Yep, my sharp is a +1 for read a sitch to know when to spin out.
But if someone else who is sharper can like just yoink their hand in there and wrench the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
I have +2 to sharp.
Yep.
Oh, let's see it, Petal. Let's see it. About to go into some crazy fucking maneuver.
Please roll
Yeah,
good.
yeah. I did. I did.
Oh, good.
It's a +2, is an 11. And I get another
Hey.
experience.
It is good. I think with that,
Thank you, purple dice.
you push through this first car and you're starting to gain up on this. We'll say there's like 1 or 2 more cars, or 1 more car before that big group of 6 right in front of you that are all vying over this ice to try to like, their speed is about half, but they're making good distance, right? Not spinning out too much. Little bumps, little knocks here. You see a little bomb get launched from one car to another and send someone kind of spinning, but they bump the wall and regain their composure. Petal reaches over. Spicket is jamming on the gas pedal. Petal reaches over to grab the wheel as you enter into a just like your first turn, and she says, "Gun it," and then pulls the wheel very hard down, and you guys start to go into a spin around this corner. I think you do it at the time in which you're lining up with this first car, so your first spin bounces and like keeps your angle going. Spigot, I want also a sharp roll from you. This is more of a luck
right.
thing, but it's going to be based in sharp.
Let's go. Oh, that's an 11 +1 for a 12.
You flexibly react and respond, and she is spinning out the car, and I think your immediate muscle response is to jam on the brake pedal so that I don't spin out. Like, it's just you almost can't stop yourself, but you do at the last second, and you end up hitting the pedal like next to it, one of our unknown pedals. and you can feel a click on the back wheels as they reshift, and one of them locks up and the other doesn't. You almost have to like brace because the spin kicks into like a disc of spin as you're going down. I think with this as it is, you've overtaken another car in front of you, and the 6 of these cars fighting are nearing the end of the ice, but we're not quite caught up yet. But we're almost to this main pack. You can see, I don't think much as you're spinning so fast, so I don't want to describe too much more in front of you.
It's all a blur.
Do we want to do anything else in this, like as another action before we exit out of this ice? You guys have caught up really well. If you want this to be damaging, we'll have to do something to get this spinning spike death trap into that group.
I would love to see if we can spin into them and hit the 3 flames as we get into proximity, but I also don't want us to just spin into oblivion trying to hit them, so...
You're about as close as this maneuver is letting you get with the way that it's spinning, and I think that you slam your hand down on that button with the hopes that it's going to fire out the fire in front of you, you know? That's what we're imagining.
Yep.
When you hit the button, the 3 flames click down to 2 flames, and you are launched forward. The spin, like the circle becomes wider, but you're covering more ground, right? Because it's that flames that you saw shooting out of the unicar behind you. But with this spin, I think you overtake and get up into this group and start. It's almost like a game of pinball in the middle of that, right? You're hitting a car and bouncing and hitting a car and bouncing and spinning, and they're going all sorts of ways. I think we need a couple rolls. Let's do a roll from everyone for like bracing yourself in this vehicle. This is a physically tumultuous moment for everyone in the vehicle. Probably like I'm gonna say a hard roll to just like maintain your, like your physical body and then like holding on, gripping for dear life so you're not launched.
That's a 10 for Petal.
That's a 6 for Spicket.
It's also a 6 for Dill.
Oof.
It's gonna be a 7 for D-Ham.
Let's see. During this spin, Petal, you're belted in.
Really quick, I apologize. That's a 6, which I believe is a failure for me.
3 6s. Oof.
Lots of experience.
I think, let's see, Spigot, you smash your head on the driver's side window, breaking it out. You're going to take 1 harm from that, right on the cranium. The other 2 in the back, I think you're just flung. Like, D-Ham is flung in a heap and...
Glad we got rid of that oil.
Yeah,
oh no,
right?
my bolts! My bolts!
The oil spinning out behind you. That's right. It's like melting all this ice around you guys. You guys are spinning out in fire. We're wrecking cars. The 2 of you also take a harm from just like being fumbled and thrown together. You clash into each other like bumping heads. It probably hurts Dill. I don't know if it hurts either of you more than the other one. One of you doesn't feel, and the other, I don't know if he can feel anymore from all the poisons and such. He feels a lot, but I don't know if it's pain. Let's see. That's just for maintaining ourselves. Is there a vehicle roll? I'm not going to worry about that because every roll leading up to this maneuver was awesome. I think you guys, as we exit the edge of this ice, up ahead you can see a really long straightaway into a spiraled tunnel that gets really small at the end. And it looks like it's angled up and just like way up, like you're about to go up one big spirally ramp. But we're in the middle, we're around these guys, we're bouncing. We've knocked a few of the back 2 cars like out and spinning. They've lost some pace on us. There's probably like 3 cars behind us, I'm gonna say, and like maybe 2 cars that we're keeping pace with and 1 in front of them as we exit this ice. But it's all like one big pack. And you have a straightaway. There might be a couple like pitfall traps in there, like a couple spike traps, right? But it's leading up to this giant metal tube ramp.
Looks like our racers are finishing up lap 1, and with so many bad drivers falling out today, it looks like the road to Starlight Lane is opening up for our racers here. You kind of see the tower at the back. You see more cannons, fires like kind of pop off like a little. They're more like even. They're not hitting the road or anything, and like as they start coming down and like rolling around, cars will just kind of swift. They're kind of going off towards the other. and then kind of see the tower start to kind of like shift a little bit more, and it looks like towards the top there's like a little bit of a wider cannon kind of appearing now, and you hear, and it looks like it's time for the kid to join the race. And as she finishes that last announcement, you see the last cannon fire from this kind of the starting line, and it lands like right in the middle of the pack. And as it's coming down, you kind of see it's a little protected, and there's a little car vehicle that has now a new vehicle that has appeared on the track. It's like a small little yellow coupe. In the driver's seat, you see a small person, body wearing a little bit of a beanie hat, wild hair kind of sticking out at the bottom there, and the kid has placed her car on the map now, with kind of just like slowing down all those other racers and then launching herself kind of in first place. And as you see, she kind of hits the ground running, or she revs up and starts going, and takes the tunnel full force to go launch up into the sky.
And as she enters into the tunnel, you see that like the little hole at the end black out, and it like balloons up, and you hear a bang. And the racer, the new yellow racer, the kid in front of you has disappeared, shot off into the sky. And you are approaching that. But currently we're in a pack, yet have hit it. What do we do?
It appears we are heading to heaven.
Have we come out of the spin now when we're kind of settled into the pack?
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
I'm going to grip the steering wheel hard and hit the red button again for the 2 remaining flames.
Yeah, let's, this is an outdistance another vehicle for sure. I'm going to give you an additional +1 on this, so 10 plus.
I think you should give him +2 because I'm going to click the, I'm Dickle and I'm here. I'm Dickle and I'm here.
I think you should give him +3 because I'm going to hit the fire button again after he hits the fire button.
He presses the fire button and then you
plus a billion?
So press the fire button again. That's awesome. Just a 1-finger stretch from the back.
Yeah.
I don't even get up.
I will give you a +2. I'm not going to give you a +1 from the I'm Dickle and I'm here, but I love it. I do. I don't know that it increases our speed, but the 2 flames defo do. So roll +cool +10 or +2.
Roll +cool +2. That is an 8 +2 +2. So that's 12.
Damn. Your first jolt forward pushes you up and into the car in front of you, pushing them slightly out of the way. We'll say with all these balls dropping in and like rolling, I was imagining that like, you know, the like half bowl style where the balls are like always rolling up and down. I just got that awesome little image. So as all those first cannons go off and the balls are hitting the thing and starting to roll amongst their half pipe, that's what it's called, you overtake the vehicle in front of you, shoving them lightly to the right as one of these balls comes down and just squishes them as you roll up in front of them and the ball rolling behind you. And then the finger comes up and presses, and it says, I'm Dickle and I'm here, and a second finger comes up and presses the button again, and you rocket ahead and into the cannon, firing out excessively fast. And as you fly through the air, you can see that the arc is taking you to this skybound track sort of. I imagine it's held up by these like long like strings on propellers, you know, just holding it up as it probably would in Mario Kart, or they have the engine. You, with this extra speed, your ramp comes up, and as you start to come down, this yellow coupe that had outpaced you because they launched themselves off, you are coming down on top of them, and they have to like scooch, like slide, you know, what do we just call that? Drift. And they do a little hop slide out of the way, and you see little sparks kick up, and then they drop out of that and they're boosted forward a little bit, and now you're just like right behind them on the left of them. Now we're into this like skybound track. You see a few of the other cars soaring through the air about to land on the track behind you guys. I think that as you guys hit this track, like you probably land right on a box. The kid hits the box that you're about to hit and then slides out. So the kid grabs the power up that you were coming down atop of to give us one start.
Can you describe the tires of the vehicle directly in front of us?
The tires of the vehicle directly in front of you?
Tell me about the tires.
Are these special
a
tires?
Little yellow coupe.
No, they just look smaller than normal. They're a little bit wider. They actually have like bright orange rims, along with the bright yellow body of the car.
Pretty normal, but wider is good for me. I throw a knife at it.
Whip a knife at it.
8.
I mean, your trajectory is right, but you guys are moving so fast. Like, by the time it would have hit there, the car is, 2-3 car lengths up ahead, so it clatters on the ground. I don't think much negative besides that's a very hard shot to make while you're a little behind them. In the kid's dashboard, a button appears, rotating screen that rotates through and ends up on just a white, it's a boomerang, a white boomerang with like a little band on the corner of it. And you have just a little bit of distance ahead of them. I'm gonna just kind of pop it into whoever wants to take action first, whatever group may call it, because you guys are the ones in this like head-to-head fighting for it now.
I mean, okay, well, I mean, the first thing is the starlight lane that the kid refers to in the sky. It's like actually dark. It's like dark up here. Like I don't think any of you have ever experienced nighttime, so it's kind of probably a strange concept and then like all these bright stars and lights. It's like very dark but like twinkly, and even the road itself is kind of twinkling with the starlight. It's a very beautiful sight, which is kind of strange for you're racing for your life in a wasteland.
There's no banks or borders, like you can fall right off this road. There are little splits in it that fold up like little ramps to give you some distance.
Welcome to Rainbow Road, everyone.
I think it would be just DCAM that would remember what nighttime is.
You might, yeah, you would remember what nighttime is.
I think what the kid would do first, as she's trying to get ahead, and especially as the other group of racers are
holding distance behind, yeah.
Yeah, I'm coming onto the lane. I think it's a good time to use my vehicle's weapon.
That is just going to be, it's going to be a V-harm situation. Let me look at harm again, because you are just, why don't you describe the occurrence of this from your vehicle, and then I'll read our roll here.
Yeah, so as she's like rounding the corner coming off of with the item, you see like almost next to like maybe like midway, but like more on the passenger side than anything, a little mounted gun with like a little wide barrel pop out, and then she's like taking that corner speed ahead a little bit. She goes, "Welcome to Starlight Lane. Eat my dust." And you just see like this that just plugs out this little like ball as she activates her grenade launcher on her vehicle.
Fuck yeah. I don't think it makes sense doing massive versus handling. Oh, when you suffer V-harm, roll plus V-harm suffered. Okay. Well, Spicket, still behind the wheel of the car.
Yep.
This ball is launched at your car and it hits and you see the beginning of an explosion. Paused in split screen as you roll. Plus V-harm, so plus 4.
That is that's about as low as you can roll. That was Snake Eyes. So that's 2 plus 4 is 6.
That is so good, though. That's really good. You do want low on this one roll.
Yay for crappy dice.
On a miss, you swerve but recover without disadvantage. So that shot, it lands in front of your vehicle and explodes. And I think the kid smirks to herself and looks in the rearview mirror at the little cloud of smoke, but you just rip through that cloud of smoke, parting it and rushing out of it. Her aim being just lightly off as we enter into these like low ramps all over the straightaway phase. Behind you, you can hear some machine gun fire, glack, 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 bouncing off of metal. You hear like the roaring of engine. You can hear imagine the whine of an engine as it gets faster and faster. Behind you, you can see the flames. Like a few cars are just starting to catch up on your tail from their power-ups that they've received. Yeah, what do you guys do?
Well, I think we've used all our current power-ups, so I guess Spicket would be scanning the road ahead to see if there are any other blocks he can get to as we try and keep pace with the little yellow Kid the Racer car.
Looks like up ahead, after this like small ramps, bumps all over the course section, there are these giant rings that surround the track, and right below the first ring, you can see up ahead the spinning box.
Okay.
I would like to make a roll about one of the spinning boxes. I'm gonna make an open your brain roll. I'm gonna psychically attune myself to this next box. I got an 8, and that means you'll give me an impression, which is a good box. I think to myself psychically, which box is good?
I think the impression you've gotten is that they're seemingly random.
D-Ham shrugs and says, I don't know, just get a box.
But I will say that there is this small moment during that like rotation where it's being selected that you think you might be able to engage with if you can like get into the data of the vehicle, right? All this is connected somewhere, and the selection is not occurring right when you hit the box. It's occurring when it settles.
Interesting. I guess I lay down and I start looking up underneath the dashboard to see what I can get and investigate.
You hear the little wheels as he's like slides up on one of those like under the car dollies to look up under the dashboard. You're driving, he's shaking.
I have Heelys on my shoulders and ass.
Oh, so that you can slide up under vehicles to work on them. Yeah,
yeah,
of course you do. Yeah, you start scoping that out, trying to get up in the machinery of it all. Do Dill or Petal want to take an action to do anything before we advance?
I don't have anything as of right now besides, like, I've obviously back inside the vehicle. I'm not.
At a minimum, I will remind you, you may not have like a bunch of weapons on you, Petal, except for your face breakers, which are exceedingly useless in this moment. You do know that one of those 3 dash buttons pulls out a very small handgun you can utilize.
That is true. Okay, that's good to think about.
Just in case, just in case. I imagine it's like one of those really thin barreled, like has a brown handle, tiny thin black steel barrel coming off the handle.
One of the small ones that you can like put in like a thigh holster, like under.
Yes.
Under.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got like a 6-shot single stack
pistol.
magazine.
Mm-hmm. It's the gun you start with in any Call of Duty game where you're like, I can't wait till I unlock just one more pistol.
Just a little pea shooter.
But it does exist, and you can shoot with it. Anything from Dill? There is a board a vehicle option when we get up there. Someone can board the vehicle.
Has to, getting up near them, I think.
And as one final thing, I recalled, and as I was listening, Lawrence did say the word yoink. And so, technically, it is picked up, even though we never talked about it again. But Lawrence did pick up an Uzi after the last fight.
God.
He has a submachine gun as another like some sort of weapon. I just recalled as I was listening. I said, "Oh, he said yoink."
It's in my chest cavity, but nobody has been in there in a while.
Just filled with cans and an Uzi.
And some broken dishware.
Oh, has none of that been removed?
Some of it has, but there's just a lot of it in there.
And what has fallen out as you've been taking other stuff out?
Yeah,
I'm surprised it's they're fragile at all. I was listening to the first couple episodes, and I was like they're sandblasting metal plates. Like that's it, right?
No, it's a pure ceramic.
Yeah, unfortunately inside, I've got bolts in there too, and whenever I take damage, the bolts just shoot out.
Fly around, you hear ping, 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 ping in his chest as he's shattering all the glassware he wants to use.
Yeah, like I get punched in the chest, and you just hear like a shotgun blast, and then the shattering of plates.
I love that. Spicket, did you do a thing?
I was aiming us towards the next box.
Cool. Give me, since it still is in this case of you trying to keep up or like regain that distance that they lightly have on you. Let's call it the outdistancing another vehicle again. Roll plus cool plus speed.
That is, and speed is +2.
It is 1.
So that's a grand total of 13.
Damn, the rolls
Wow.
coming through when we need them.
Floored it.
Yeah. Okay. Outdistance another vehicle.
Oh, wait, is that me? Cause I have to roll 2, right?
So this is overtake another vehicle. On a 10+, you overtake and draw alongside them. So there's no roll for you. Your roll was the attack, or your like action was the grenade launcher in this case.
Yeah.
But they have overtaken you and are alongside you as the two of you come out of this ramp phase. Maybe the kid has taken a little ramp up and you've taken one up, and you guys are just like, around and around, but you're keeping pace as we approach this next set of rotating boxes and a big loop, big hoop that surrounds the track. I think for this moment, I would like I think both of you, Jonathan and Spigot, give me a vehicle roll. Roll plus cool, and then you can add your either speed or handling, up to you. The goal, I think, is a fight over a box, because, like, the kid would know, and at this point you figured it out, we gotta get a box to get a power up. And it always comes that one phase in the race, right, where you have the opportunity to steal the box from the person that you're, like, fighting for that place with.
Yeah, I got a total of 6.
I rolled a 6, but +2 cool, +1 speed.
Okay. The kid attempts to do like a side shove to like push this Dilgo out of the way and secure the box. But the Dilgo's massive is just too much for this little yellow coop to do, and the Dilgo is unmoved from this push and just shatters right through the power-up smoothly. Kids still maintaining theirs, but Dilgo on the screen popping up now, a little green rocket.
Can I try and alter that result?
Yes, you absolutely can. Give me a thing speak roll. You're already up under there.
13.
Whoa.
13's great. You either have the green rocket or a golden flame.
Okay, I'll take the golden thing.
Golden flame appears on your dash. This flame is just a little bit larger than all three of those little red flames, but it's there on the dash. As the two of you enter into this giant loop on the track and are shoved forward like a giant speed boost, making the handling very difficult, but you are being launched down this track. I mean, you guys have been rolling exceedingly well, so I'm not going to even be worrying about the cars that are behind you guys that you have super outpaced. It's really just this almost one-on-one fight at this point between you guys, as before, like maybe as you even enter that second boost and you're rocketed forward yet again, there's a few of these tunnels, right? It like by the time you enter the second and are shot forward, you can see the first like group hitting that first boost, so you know you have pretty good distance on them, except the kid who is just right next to you. Like you guys are touching each other as you're boosting through this, trying to not, lose that pressure. Because the moment, if the kid turns off, your pressure is pushed over. If you turn off, etc., we're trying to maintain that as we're pushing down.
You said we're right next to the kid?
Yeah, you and the kid are like touching sides. We're like lightly bumping and pushing up against one another, trying to hold.
Okay. And the kid is on which side of us?
The right side of you.
Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to lean out of the vehicle. I'm going to flip the serving door open. And I'm going to hold onto it with one hand. And I'm going to lean out where I can see can I see the back of the kid's car from this far back on the Dilgo? I don't know how long the kid's car is.
I imagine there's spots in and out, right? Like there's probably a spot where he's like just right behind you, and then there's probably a spot where he's just right ahead, or she's just right ahead of you, and that's like moving back and forth, right? It's a moving target.
I want to be right behind, and I'm gonna lean out with one arm holding onto the window, and then with my other arm I'm gonna reach into my chest cavity. I'm gonna pull out an Uzi, and I'm just gonna start shooting at tires. I'm just gonna unload on tires.
What's your car's armor, Jonathan?
+2.
+2. Uzi gun, I believe, is a 2er also.
So 2d6 +2?
Oh, no. Just all harm is just a flat number for the most part.
Oh, I get to just do it. Okay, cool.
Yeah, you just...
yeah.
Sorry, you're doing you have to do a shot or act under fire. Like, same thing you throw your knife. Yeah, I guess the harm itself is established.
Oh, okay. The roll is a 12.
The roll is a 12. Okay, yeah. You spray across this car. The tires, while, there and wide, there's a little bit of like a metal protective like skirt almost that comes over to keep someone from jamming something down into the tires while we're like trying to board or whatnot. You definitely pepper up the side of this vehicle, putting a bunch of little holes in it. None quite hit the tires with this shot, nor seem to really leave any lasting damage. With a 2 armor and a 2 damage, you've just caused some surface.
I throw the Uzi at the back window.
It bounces off. I'm not gonna have you roll for that. It like rolls off in the dust behind you. That's funny as fuck.
Oh,
To board a vehicle? To jump out and board a vehicle?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I mean, we're keeping that space. The Uzi has just been thrown.
Yeah, Dill's just launched himself one out of the side door.
Almost a beautiful dive motion.
Before becoming a
meat spear. Interesting words. Boarding a vehicle. To board a moving vehicle, roll plus cool minus speed. So what's your speed, Jonathan?
My speed is 1.
1. So roll plus cool minus 1.
No, minus the difference.
Oh, minus the diff in their speeds, which I don't think there is a difference.
So just the cool.
Yeah.
Better.
Yep. Roll plus cool.
8.
The
goal, and jumped out of here, was jump out and to put his fist through whatever part of the car you
and that's gonna be the back. You're gonna put your fist through the back windshield where the gun bounced off, but you're hanging off the back. You're like having to grip the glass to keep from.
I'm elbow deep in this car, but that still puts me like kind of far behind it.
Your feet like every now and then are dragging on the ground. You have to pull them up or suck them inside yourself a bit.
Okay, wait. I have a thing. My terrible body.
What can your terrible body do?
I might be able to like stop this car, win, right?
You're trying to win.
Yeah. Okay. My inhuman strength might help me. Like if my feet can like along the ground, I can jam them in there.
Oh damn! Just try to stop the car from moving.
Yep.
I want to get sucked up into the gears of this car.
With your terrible body.
Yeah, with his terrible body. I like that idea. We're gonna like that. You're in the car and you're starting to develop that plan to like jam in and stop. Let's keep this in bullet time. Is there anyone else that wants to act in this moment? Do we have a role from the kid? Do we have or an idea from the kid or Spicket or Petal?
And while you're thinking about that, let's quickly cut to Dill's inner monologue planning this plan. Dill body squish.
Also, on a 7 to 9, you're on, but Jesus. That's what it says. That's it. This feels like a but Jesus moment.
I really hope that but Jesus saves us here in heaven.
Oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably just oh fuck. Like, it's just, like, I'm just gonna try and put my feet down and stay.
Just deranged animal noises. Screeching.
Yeah, incoherent screams.
Creature sounds.
Relaxing, the exhaust smells.
Maybe he tries to, like, pull himself in for a quick huff off.
Oh my god.
Would my boomerang button help in this situation?
Boomerang button could always help in.
Or if I try to outdistance, can I like wiggle and try to maneuver him off?
You can even try to like scrape him off on the front of the Dilgo if you get in front, right? Because he's hanging off your back. So if you can swipe your back across the front, it might just like twitch him off.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's try
Phil's gonna be like a pressed bug on the front of the car. Yeah, I think that then is outdistance other vehicle.
We have the same speed, so there's no.
Okay, yep, just a roll plus. Oh no, actually this one isn't comparative. This is just outdistancing, so you're gonna roll plus cool by the vehicle's relative speed. Oh, because our speed relative to okay, yes, no modifier, yeah.
Okay. Math. What is that? That's a 7.
That's a 7. Now that we've pointed that out, I've realized that I've given Spigot a lot of bonuses here that I maybe shouldn't have, because it's relative speed, so everything was based on just... Oops.
We've been going fast this whole time.
Ooh, fast and loose.
Probably
fast and loose. Okay, so on this, you get to pick one option from this list. You outdistance and break away, but your vehicle suffers a harm from the strain. You don't escape them, but can go to ground in a place you choose. That is interesting. Or they overtake you, but their vehicle suffers 1 harm from the strain. So I guess you can choose that on them too.
Sounds like what you were going for, but any of these are.
Yeah, like maybe the first one, because I'm like intentionally smashing my car up, so I'll take the harm, but I'm in front and.
Yeah, the hammering of your engine pulls you just ahead, and Dill, you can see this occurring. You can see that the back of this car has just overtaken the front of the Dilgo, and she's starting to swerve over to like ram you into that cattle car, scrape you right off.
Okay, well I've got like one arm jammed into the. Okay, well then, I'm just gonna try and sort of shift myself out of the way and also hook my other arm into cattle guards. Now I've sort of a wagon train of vehicles.
Connect the vehicles?
Yeah, I don't know.
I love it. Okay. Do that same, use your nasty body roll. If I make you roll, it's roll under.
It does say I break away, so be careful.
It's true, that's true.
Let's see. If it's a speed up and then a skitch over, then I'm just gonna hop up on top of the. I've got my arm in the back, I'll, like a scuttly spider, rotate around my arm up on the top of this car, and maybe I'll take a swing at trying to grab the cattle guard once get over, but that hampers my plans.
I think that one is. I think with the way with this setup, I'm not going to need to roll from. We're not connecting two vehicles. That feels like a lot more physically than just getting up.
I'm still going to try and connect those. If I can't reach it, I can't.
The follow-up then is the out distance. There's like one moment of skitch off. You're either getting skitched or you're on top of the vehicle, and then the vehicle is out distance.
Okay, so it is skitch first.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, then let's try and grab these. That's the way to do it.
Since the outcome is an out distance, like that is occurring, you're about to be stretched. I'm gonna give you a -1 on holding bars together with muscle, because you're rolling plus. Go act under fire. Go aggro.
The tricky bit of this is my strength and my flexibility are different portions of this. Being flexible is the act under fire portion. Strength and reflex is getting bonus to doing things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, I have the same trouble that Jake has in Adventure Time with stretching. Too much, too bad.
I'm gonna say this one. Let's just
Okay.
take it in. Let's go. I'm gonna give you. You can act under fire to do it when a normal person would simply be incapable. That's it for me.
Okay.
A normal person would not be able to put cars together driving fast.
Roll plus cool. If I get a choice and I get ripped off, then I want to stay with Dilgo. But if I don't, I don't.
Let's see how bad the roll is.
10.
A 10? I mean, I think with a 10, that's a super positive move. You get almost like pushed off, but you pull your legs up so you can't get scraped. And as she starts to pull away, you stretch your arm out and wrap it around the cattle guard and hold. There's a moment where you look like, you know that toy, that rubber toy that has the two arms you stretch out to the side?
Stretch Armstrong.
Yeah, Stretch Armstrong, literally. Where you're like stretched out and your body's in the middle and you're just like, no, I got this. But you're only able to make about 6 feet between the two of you. That's how far Dill's body stretches.
Ugh.
Yeah, and that
Skeleton
was
only goes.
the kid's turn. Does anyone on the team have an action? We're just still in these like boosting phases. With the way that the course has been set up, it doesn't seem like it's like there is a finish line you're crossing. This is like battle cars.
Are we still like nose to butt of the car in front of us?
Yep.
The
Yeah,
kid's
we're
car?
dilled together.
Your nose to Dill. You're dilled together.
You want to cross a Dill bridge?
Dham says, press 1 to, and then he like looks down at Spicket like more subtly, and he like holds his hand up and he points at the button that has the golden fire, and he looks at Spicket and he looks back at the button and he looks at Spiget and he looks back at the button. He looks over to Petal and then back at the button.
The other one's like, press 2.
Press 1, 2.
Spicket's gonna hit the button. we know the fire's coming out the back, and we know fire is the thing that will do Dill in. So
Pull
I'm
the lever,
hoping
Kronk.
Yeah.
You press it and that gold light just lights up and starts blinking, and you can feel several pulses of the flame and the jet pushing you forward. You slam.
And does music start to play?
You're gonna slam into the front of the vehicle. I'm Dickle and I'm here. I'm Dickle. Slam into the vehicle in front of it. Dill, I think you're gonna be pressed and squished up into this cattle guard. You're gonna take.
This feels like 7 harm, all of whatever is going to happen here.
I mean, I am gonna call it 3 harm, as you are just squished in between these two cars and forced up and into the grate, all filled up in there.
Fully prepared to be at 11 o'clock for this maneuver that I've concocted.
Yep, you are injured, you feel squished and pressed, and that you can't, like, even if we were stopped, you would need help being pulled out of this cattle guard for sure. But I would like this is a roll from the kid to see if you can maintain your vehicle. It's going to be, I'm going to call it deal with bad terrain, because everything else fits, which is roll plus cool plus handling.
Okay.
This is to see how well you can respond to being absolutely obliterated from behind.
Pretty well. I rolled it. Oh, I actually rolled a 10.
Oh, really well. Yeah, you are pushed forward and you lose a little bit of your drive, like you're driving straight, especially while we're being boosted and they're being boosted from behind. There's so much like speed input happening. You lose a little bit and you swerve out, but you maintain, you're able to like get recontrol of the handling, but they, with the repetitive boosts of fire, are shooting up ahead, and they reach another gate before you do, and another gate, and then maybe by the time that golden fire slowly dims out on your board, you have just jetted and jetted and jetted ahead. And this is as they start to outdistance you, I would like a roll plus sharp from the kid you kept your handling, you kept on the track, you didn't spin out, but you can give them one last knock with your boomerang, just as a jaded.
I rolled a 5. I'll hit the button.
Ooh,
I'll hit the
a 5.
button.
This is good. Jaded launches the boomerang out. It comes up. You see it incoming, Spicket. Your eyes get a little wide, and then it starts going backwards, and it's gonna just collide with the front of the kid's car, and it's gonna spin out and hit the next racer starting to come up. And there's a big, like, rough and tumble switch up there in the back as they are hit into almost a pile-up. And you are left alone on this track as you zip, 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 and pass through yet another cannon firing you downwards and just right across the finish line alone, because you took out all the cars on the track, or if they are going to finish, it's going to take them another minute or two, right? The crowd... That one person, as you cross the finish line, that one person stands up and chants, "I'm Dickle and I'm here! I'm Dickle and I'm here!" You can see some like screens that are replaying some of the things. The crowd is going absolutely wild. I think that this is a great moment to leave it in this moment of like uproarious joy over the victory of the moment as the area around us starts to fade out to black and the crowd noise like is slowly dissipating. You can see one final shot of a screen of that like replay screens of the kid's wrecked, overturned vehicle and the door being kicked open and a shape starting to like pull itself out of the vehicle and scowl towards the camera.
Throwing a full tantrum.
Kicking the car. Another racer tries to get out of their car. And he pushes them back into the car. Shuts the door on him. And we're gonna fade to black on that.
The person who knows Dill the best is the one who was looking at Dill when he did the cauliflower head.
Oh yeah, who was in the back with Dill? That feels like a D-Ham thing.
Was D-Ham.
Dill?
Almost certainly.
Yep, okay, you get a +1 for Dill.
Yep.
And you're next?
Honestly, the fact that Spicket pressed that button, I didn't even have to do it. I think Spicket deserves it this time around.
Mm-hmm.
I think we both learned a little bit about each other here.
+1 to history with D-Ham. I think the two of you could do a buddy cop adventure after this. Like it's like all you two hanging out, and the other two are just like either being weird or having visions and not able to communicate about it because it's just constant visions in her head.
My big weird body and my big weird visions, featuring Spicket and D-Ham.
Yeah, right. Spigot, who knows you better or less than they did before?
The one I had almost no contact with this go round was probably Dill.
So are you handing out a negative?
So, and I squished the crap out of Dill. Now, Petal was my co-pilot and my navigator through this. But did she learn anything about me other than maybe I'm a little more maniacal of a driver than she thought?
Yeah, that's mine's gonna be a +1, but that's me. But I'm gonna wait for that.
I mean, she can trust you to drive the car.
Yeah. So I would say that's probably it. That Petal, with her guidance and my unnaturally good driving skills, so that's a +1 to
Cool.
Petal.
And Petal, you say you have a +1 for whom's?
For Spicket, just because I realized that I was like, hey, go through here thing, do this thing, and we'll be okay. And he just was like, yep.
Is
I'm
willing
down.
to jump on
I'm
board
there.
and just listen. Yeah, that's sick.
That
Yeah,
puts
blue
us
shell.
at a +4.
And we got a blue shell. That beginning of the race was literally every single Mario Kart experience of my life. Like totally beefing it in the beginning,
Starting with a blue shell.
and then like beefing it again and being in last, and then somehow managing to hit a box and then getting a blue shell.
Incredible.
People get so mad at me for blue shelling them. I'm like, that was totally an accident. I hope.
Okay, I think that is going to do it for here on this session. Jonathan, thank you so much for coming to join us.
Yeah,
I know
thank
it's
you
like
very
there's
much.
so many voices.
Great to have
and
you as the
for having
kid.
me.
Yeah.
I really liked the input. That was so helpful.
I just wanted to be chaotic.
Most entertaining.
It was super chaotic. I really liked it.
A moment of victory. The Tedvillians bask in the roar of the crowd. There are moments on one's journey upon which one will look back on fondly, no matter how heavy it may be. This is one of those moments. This episode was produced and GM'd by M. Williams, featuring Theodore Stringer as Dill, Lawrence Jennings as Deluca's Chophouse answering machine, Mike Harrison as Spicket, and Grace Stringer as Petal. Music composed for this season by Chris Rogich. Additional voiceovers by McKenna Lynch. Other credits can be found in the episode description. That's all for this edition of WPR. I'm Q. See you next time.
When I was in middle school, I was top 10 on the North America server of Mario Kart DS because
What?
I had
That's
nothing
little.
else to do.
What?
Casual lore.
Very
So
cool.
when you asked me to play these characters, I was like,
Yes.
absolutely.
Oh, I didn't know. We have such a guest on. Oh my god. A literal professional in the field, guys. Oh my
Just 13-year-old with no life.
God.
To be fair, not a lot of people were playing Mario Kart DS online, but like
More than 10.
yeah.
And I beat all of them except for the other like 8 below me.